Halloween arrives each year cloaked in darkness and steeped in mystery. As the sun sets, shadows stretch across neighborhoods, and an eerie excitement fills the air. This night, marked by flickering jack-o'-lanterns and whispering winds, has roots that reach deep into the past. Ancient peoples once believed that on this night, the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin. Their fears and superstitions gave rise to chilling traditions that have survived for centuries. Even today, a sense of unease lingers, reminding us of Halloween's haunting origins. Samhain was an ancient Celtic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. Celebrated around October 31st, it was believed that during Samhain, the veil separating the world of the living from that of the dead became especially thin. This unique time allowed spirits and ancestors to cross over and visit the mortal realm. Communities would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off unwelcome spirits. Offerings of food and drink were left out to appease wandering souls. Samhain traditions laid the foundation for many customs that would later evolve into modern Halloween. During Samhain, ancient communities gathered to perform rituals that were both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. Towering bonfires blazed through the night, believed to ward off evil and provide light against the encroaching darkness. Offerings of crops and animals were sacrificed to honor deities and ensure protection for the coming winter. People donned disguises, hoping to confuse or placate wandering spirits thought to cross into the mortal world during this time. The fear of vengeful or mischievous ghosts drove villagers to leave food and gifts at their doorsteps, desperate to avoid misfortune. These rituals reflected a profound respect for the unknown and a collective effort to maintain harmony between the living and the supernatural. In ancient times, many villagers lived in constant fear of the supernatural. They believed that malevolent entities and vengeful ghosts roamed the night, searching for unsuspecting souls among the living. To protect themselves, people would go to great lengths, disguising their appearance in hopes of blending in and escaping the spirit's notice. Costumes and masks became essential tools, serving as both a shield and a warning. This practice was rooted in the conviction that if a ghost could not recognize its target, it would simply pass by. Such traditions reveal the deep-seated anxieties and creative solutions that shaped community rituals for generations. When the Romans conquered Celtic territories, they brought with them their own festivals and customs. Two significant Roman celebrations, Feralia, which honored the dead, and Pomona, dedicated to the goddess of fruit and harvest, began to merge with the Celtic festival of Samhain. This blending of traditions enriched the rituals and symbolism associated with the season. Feralia's focus on remembering the deceased deepened the somber, otherworldly atmosphere of Samhain, while Pomona's emphasis on apples and harvest bounty introduced new elements to the festivities. Over time, these combined influences shaped the eerie customs and enduring fascination with death and the supernatural that characterize the holiday. The result was a unique fusion of beliefs, rituals, and symbols that would continue to evolve for centuries. All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day emerged as significant observances in the Christian calendar during the early Middle Ages. The Church established these holy days to honor saints and pray for the souls of the departed, strategically placing them in early November. This timing coincided with ancient pagan festivals, such as Samhain, which were marked by fears of wandering spirits and supernatural forces. By introducing sacred rituals and prayers, Church leaders hoped to replace lingering pagan customs and soothe the anxieties surrounding the season. Despite these efforts, the sense of unease and fascination with the supernatural endured among the people. The darkness and mystery of the old traditions continued to influence local beliefs and practices, blending with the new Christian observances in complex ways. Trick-or-treating, a beloved Halloween tradition, has its roots in ancient customs that were far more ominous than today's playful festivities. Long ago, people believed that on certain nights, the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin, allowing spirits to roam the earth. To appease these wandering souls and avoid their wrath, villagers would leave offerings of food and drink outside their homes. These gifts were meant to placate the spirits, ensuring they would pass by without causing harm or seeking revenge. Over centuries, these rituals evolved, blending with local folklore and customs, eventually transforming into the practice we now know as trick-or-treating. The legend of the jack-o'-lantern begins with the eerie tale of Stingy Jack, a cunning man known for his deceitful ways. According to folklore, Jack managed to trick the devil not once but several times, securing a promise that his soul would never be claimed by hell. However, when Jack eventually died, he found himself unwelcome in both heaven and hell. Condemned to wander the darkness for eternity, Jack was given only a burning coal to light his way, which he placed inside a hollowed-out turnip. Over time, this haunting image evolved into the jack-o'-lantern we recognize today, symbolizing both mischief and the thin boundary between the living and the supernatural. Halloween's journey across the Atlantic began with Irish and Scottish immigrants who brought their customs to America in the 19th century. As these traditions took root in a new land, they mingled with local folklore and beliefs, giving rise to unique American interpretations of the holiday. The eerie tales and rituals, once whispered in the Old World, found fertile ground in the shadows of American nights. Here, new fears and superstitions emerged, shaped by the mysteries of unfamiliar landscapes and the anxieties of a growing nation. Over time, Halloween transformed, blending old-world darkness with new-world imagination, and became a night when the boundaries between reality and the supernatural seemed especially thin. Halloween costumes have a rich and fascinating history, evolving from ancient traditions rooted in superstition and folklore. Early costumes were often simple disguises, intended to protect wearers from wandering spirits believed to roam the earth on All Hallows' Eve. People would don masks or cloaks to confuse or ward off these supernatural visitors. Over time, these disguises transformed into more elaborate and imaginative creations, with monstrous masks and ghostly attire becoming popular. The act of dressing up shifted from a form of protection to a way of embodying the very spirits and creatures once feared. Today, Halloween costumes reflect a blend of old beliefs and modern creativity, capturing both the playful and eerie spirit of the holiday. Throughout history, certain locations have gained notoriety for their eerie atmospheres and chilling tales of the supernatural. From abandoned asylums to centuries-old mansions, these haunted places have become central to Halloween legends. Witnesses have reported unexplained footsteps, sudden drops in temperature, and ghostly apparitions that defy rational explanation. Some stories recount encounters with restless spirits, while others describe mysterious phenomena that persist year after year. These true accounts have fueled the imagination, blurring the line between folklore and reality. As Halloween approaches, the allure of these haunted sites only grows stronger, drawing thrill-seekers and skeptics alike to experience the unknown. Halloween taps into some of our most fundamental psychological fears. The darkness, eerie costumes, and unsettling imagery all serve to awaken primal anxieties rooted deep within the human mind. Our fear of the unknown, of what might be lurking just out of sight, is heightened during this time. Shadows and obscured faces remind us of our vulnerability and the unpredictability of the world around us. Even as adults, the thrill of being startled or unsettled is a reminder of how these ancient fears persist. Halloween offers a safe space to confront and even celebrate these emotions, turning terror into excitement and community fun. On Halloween night, the line between the living and the supernatural grows thin. In one small town, a group of friends decided to reenact an ancient ritual, believing it to be nothing more than a spooky tradition. As midnight approached, their laughter faded when strange shadows began to flicker at the edge of the woods. In another neighborhood, a costume party took a terrifying turn when an old, forgotten chant was recited, summoning something that should have remained hidden. These chilling tales remind us that when ancient rituals and modern festivities collide, the consequences can be far more frightening than anyone expects. Halloween endures as a night shrouded in mystery and tradition, captivating imaginations across generations. It is said that on this night, The boundary between the living and the spirit world grows thin, allowing echoes of the past to mingle with the present. Shadows seem to move with a life of their own, carrying whispers of ancient fears and forgotten legends. The rituals and costumes we embrace are more than mere celebration. They are echoes of humanity's age-old fascination with the unknown. Each flickering candle and carved pumpkin serves as a reminder of our connection to those who came before, and the mysteries that still linger in the darkness. Halloween's enduring power lies in its ability to awaken both our curiosity and our deepest, most primal fears. As you revel in the festivities of Halloween, take a moment to remember its ancient roots. Beneath the costumes and laughter lies a history steeped in mystery and shadow. The traditions we honor today were born from rituals meant to ward off restless spirits and unseen forces. Even now, the darkness that inspired these customs lingers at the edges of our celebrations. So as you enjoy the thrill of the night, be mindful of what may be watching from the shadows, waiting for those who forget the true origins of Halloween. If you enjoyed today's story of the origins, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for future horror stories. Until next time, sleep well.